yourselves first, starting over here.
Brian Browning.
Doug Martin.
Sean Feltner.
Coach Martin, go ahead and start with some opening thoughts on the game.
Right. Well, we're certainly, as a coaching staff, very pleased and proud of the efforts, the competitive spirit that our guys had today. Really all the way through offensively with the big innings that we had. Of course, this guy right here was outstanding as he's been, pretty much down the stretch here while we've been making this run. And we made some plays defensively as well that really sort of kind of kept the momentum on our side. So just an incredible effort all the way around with our baseball team today.
Brian, starting out with bases loaded in the first inning, how much did getting out of that jam help your pitching the rest of the game?
Yeah, it was big because Coach always stresses 15 pitch innings, and he told me whenever I got in a jam, just be what I've been lately and work out of it, and so I was excited to get out of it because I felt like I found it in the second and third. Recently it's been a slider, but sometimes it just depends on the batter. Sometimes I'll go change up away or fastball in. Absolutely. In between innings, I try to keep everybody up, and today especially, everybody was so pumped up. It was just an awesome feeling.
That's something these guys have sort of kind of adopted there as their MO. I talk to them all the time about, what, in junior college, we don't play in front of a lot of people. And so, you have to create sort of your own energy. And, those guys have picked up on that. Now, we sort of have to tone them down sometimes and direct the energy and the enthusiasm towards our team. We have crossed the line maybe once or twice this year, and I have to get on to them. But and as long as the energy is directed towards us, then we're fine with it because, it's their team. They're going to be the ones who sort of lead the, this team in this particular year. It's the only year this team will be together. And so, they're creating their own identity with how they go about it. And as long as they don't cross the line, then we just, let them have some fun, And so now we get out here and we play in front of, I don't know, 7,915 people today. There's some energy in the stadium that might help us too, but they haven't forgotten sort of kind of how they've gotten here with their enthusiasm. So, I feel like that's important to them, and we try to let them have fun.
How about the psyche and the mental aspect of it? I mean, you guys came out 2 days ago and a pretty decisive win over Dodge City, and then you come out here and defend your champs, it's Iowa Western, and you run rolling two big innings.
Right. Well, I can assure you that was not the thoughts that we were sharing with the players before the game and yesterday. And the reason being is the respect factor that we have for Iowa Western. I mean, these guys have pretty much run this event here lately in the last 5 years. It starts with their coach, who's an excellent coach, and they do a great job of recruiting and coaching their team up. And, what we tried the message that we sent to our guys today was this is going to be a 9-inning battle, and every pitch and every out and every swing is going to count. And whether we're up or down, that's just the way this game is going to go. These guys have been so successful here, so that certainly just, makes us have that, the thoughts of that, boy, we know who we're playing, and if we don't play our best game, then it's probably not going to be a very positive outcome on our part. But, to our guys' credit, I've watched all the games that they've played this year, and that's about as complete a game with the pitching and the defense and the offense there, especially in those 2 innings, as maybe we have had in a while.
Is it this something you get out of Ryan pretty regularly in big games like that?
Well, I tell you what, he really set the table for us in our region tournament in Lakeland with a big effort in Game 2, just like the effort today in Game 2. We had a 2-1 battle with one of our conference rivals, Gulf Coast, who was an excellent baseball team, and Brian had already pitched against them a couple times. So, sometimes when you see a pitcher enough times, the advantage may go to the hitter. But in this situation, he just, he sort of kind of took the team a little bit on his back down there, and we scratched 2 runs somehow, and wound up winning. He threw a complete game, the best game that I'd ever seen him pitch in his 2 years with us. But under the circumstances and the situation in front of this crowd today, and then the opponent that we were facing, he might have just topped that.
Sean, you see them put in a new pitcher in the second inning. Not showing much confidence and maybe feeling like the pitcher could respond as a hitter. What's going through your mind and what's the energy flowing through the lineup there?
I mean, it shows the hitters that the pitcher just wasn't there, and they got to go straight to the bullpen. It helps us out because most teams don't have good bullpens. So I mean, it just helps us out, and we just look. It's a new pitcher.
Confidence-wise, I mean, do you guys kind of look at each other and say, okay, yeah, this is we keep this rolling?
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Sean, what did you expect to see from the starters? They got talented pitchers on. They took a lot of balls and got some guys on base in the first inning. Just being able to walk to really start that big first inning.
I mean, we were expecting that he's going to come out and pitch good and have a good game against us, and we just got to him early and we knocked him out early.
Ryan, you were attacking pretty well, getting to 0-1, 0-2 pretty quick on these guys, and especially Krupa, I think he had maybe 3 swings in this whole game. So was that just your mentality, or just let's take the ball to them and see if they can hit it?
Yeah, well, early in the game, I felt like Tanner was calling pitches backwards, and we hadn't had much of a scouting report on them, so we had to see how they were hitting, and so once we got out of that first inning, I was able to realize I need to go right at these hitters, so because they were fouling off a lot of fastballs, so 0-0, I would like go right at them with a fastball, and it's much easier to pitch with 0-1 instead of 1-0.
Yeah, our approach coming in for the pitching standpoint is we, watched them play the other day, and they really capitalized on a lot of fastballs, and especially when they were left up in the zone. And but then we also saw when we threw some secondary pitches or watched the other team throw some, and they kept it down, they had a little bit of success. So we really talked before the game about utilizing the secondary stuff to try to keep these guys off balance. And so, as it turned out, we had to shift the game plan sort of during the ball game. And you know what happened is I didn't even say anything about it. The guys who shifted the game plan were this guy here and our catcher. They sort of did it on their own. And so, I'm just real proud of the way that they are, mentally engaged in the game and trying to think through this thing and see what's working and what's not. And that shows a lot of maturity from, these guys right here to do that. So I'm just real proud of the way that they were able to kind of shift gears with what might have been our initial approach.